So I thought I'd bring you to my garage for this short conversation. I've messed up my life so my life has no purpose. You ever met someone that's afraid to have anyone come into their house because it doesn't look good enough? You ever met someone that they don't want anyone to see their garage? Like, I don't know too many people that have a fancy garage, but most garages are there's just stuff here and there, and there's something from a project that was started but never finished. There's unorganized things. There's stuff that we used to have that we still have but no longer need, and so it's just stuffed in the garage somewhere. Maybe even the attic of our life is even a better place to have this video, because the attic represents boxes of old memories, memories that were good and memories that were not so good. We can open up boxes in the attic and we can be reminded of difficult times in life. You know, I don't know very many people at all that have messed up their life to the point they have no purpose. But I know a lot of people that have decided that because of what's gone wrong in their life, they can't have purpose. Can I tell you? It's not true. Human instinct is that I am perfect. And for my life to have purpose, I need to just maintain my perfection. We never had perfection, and we never will. You ever seen a 2-year-old? We're not perfect, and we never needed to be perfect. You see, what's happened to us, or how we have messed up in life, is not our big problem. Not at all. The problem is our response to what's happened to us. Maybe the most relevant way of thinking that every human being has to grasp at some point is the thinking that I can look at my life redemptively. That my life never had to be perfect, never could be perfect, never will be perfect. But to see one's life redemptively is to believe that anything that's gone wrong in my life can still somehow be used for good. That even my mistakes can be turned for good. That things that someone else did to me can be turned for good. The story of you and I is quite similar. We fill in the blanks differently. But for most people, the hang-up is not what went wrong in their life. It's not the mistake they made. It's not even the wrong thing that someone did to them that might be really bad and hurtful. It's our response to it that multiplies the problem. I was playing football one time with some friends. It was so long ago, it was during the era where kids played outside. It was so long ago, I rode my bike a few blocks away to a friend's house to play outside. There was a number of boys playing, and I recall at the end of one play, I was tackled, and some kid for some reason decided they were going to push my face into the ground. I didn't know how to deal with that. It was uncomfortable. It was a bad thing, and my human instinct was like, I'm leaving. And I got on my bike, I think it was a blue Marathon, and I rode that bike home, but I didn't go quite home. Across the street from my house was a park. In the back corner of the park was this row of bushes. I rode my bike through the park and went behind the bushes, and I hid. And I stayed there for a number of hours, I believe. I recall my mom coming out and walking into the park, calling my name, and I just stayed in hiding. You see, getting my face pushed into the ground was not a good thing. It wasn't a kind thing that person did. But far worse than what happened to me is my response to what happened to me. So we're digging into some content right now that can be very challenging, because human instinct is, if there's anything in the attic or garage of my life, let's just keep it there out of sight. But what if facing the biggest pain or failure of our life, what if it becomes a setup for us to live our life like never before? We see, the goal in life was never to live it perfectly. We could never be that. The goal in life is that we live our best bold life, offering our best gift to the world, being the best version of ourselves. But it's imperfect all the way through. But we can be bold while we are imperfect. So if I can dare face the most difficult pain or failure of my life, then I can face anything. And it will teach me to face all of life differently. And instead of living my life afraid of things going wrong, what if I then become the person that's like, well, of course things will go wrong, but I can use wrong things for good. That's what happens when you begin to look at your life redemptively.